Hi, welcome back to the Cemetery of Choice YouTube channel. Um, when I blog things on the Real Choice blog, I tend to blog things from my Cemetery of Choice website. I was looking on the Operation Rescue website to see if there were any Planned Parenthood deaths I'd missed for a video I'm going to be posting tomorrow. But while I was there looking for Planned Parenthood deaths, get this to load, I found this death. Now, whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, I really recommend, if you want to know what's actually going on in specific abortion clinics, you need to go to the Operation Rescue website. I know if you're not a pro-lifer, you're going to, oh, they're biased. Yeah, they are biased. I mean, they'll be like, oh, this pro-abortion isn't safe. When, for all we know, this ambulance was called because a employee had a diabetic emergency. You don't know until you actually listen to it. But they are really good at getting their original source material. So, and they put up new videos all the time about things that happen. So you can scroll down and find all kinds of stuff. And for this young woman's death, they provide the full autopsy report. So you can go to the Operation Rescue website and you can get original source documents. So whatever it is they say, you can take with a grain of salt their analysis, but their facts tend to be spot on. So at any rate, I stumbled across this case, and I would call her an abortion-related death rather than an abortion death. But just look at that lovely young woman. She's beautiful. Her name was Tia. She was 26 years old. She had a 4-year-old little girl who had just turned 4. And Tia went to the notorious Preterm abortion clinic in Cleveland. More on Preterm later. These people are a piece of work. For a first trimester abortion. Tia was obese and she had an enlarged heart. She had a heart condition. So she was a high-risk patient. And abortion clinics in general, and Preterm in particular, should not be doing these high-risk abortions in an outpatient setting. It's just really irresponsible. And when they were doing their pre-abortion exam, they failed to determine that she had what's called a heterotopic pregnancy. That's when there's one fetus in the uterus, but there's also one implanted someplace else, usually the fallopian tube, which is what most people think of for an ectopic pregnancy, but it can also be attached to the bowel, attached to the top of the uterus. And although it's rare, different sources I found said anywhere from 1 in 7,000 pregnancies to 1 in 30,000 pregnancies. It is something that professionals who treat pregnant women should be aware of. And I'm even going, here is this medical journal article, okay, that talks about hypovolemic shock following induced abortion and spontaneous heterotopic pregnancy, which is exactly what happened with Tia. And it talks about, let's go down here, okay. Spontaneous heterotopic pregnancy is potentially a fatal condition. Clinicians should suspect heterotopic pregnancy in all patients presenting with amenorrhea, that she's not menstruating, abdominal pain, adnexal mass, that means there's a mass in her abdomen, peritoneal irritation, and enlarged uterus, even if a intrauterine pregnancy has been confirmed. And these abortion clinics, that's all they see all day is pregnant women, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And they treat it as, it's like an assembly line. It really is. And when Edward Campbell Allred, Fast Eddie Allred, invented the assembly line abortion, he really popularized it in the early 1970s. He had no qualms about calling it assembly line abortion. And one of his admirers said that Allred did for abortion what Ray Kroc did for hamburgers. So they let it become routine, and they are missing these things. So they missed that Tia had that second fetus. So they aborted the one that was in her uterus, and they sent her home. The next day she started sweating profusely, suffering abdominal pain. So at around 1:50 p.m., she was taken to Cleveland Clinic emergency room, and the doctors there discovered a lot of free blood in her abdomen. They tried to save her, but the fallopian tube had ruptured, caused massive bleeding, and she was pronounced dead in the emergency room at 5:01 p.m. on June 8th. And again, the abortion clinic the abortion itself didn't cause Tia's death. But this is a high volume abortion facility. And like I showed you in that article, they should be screening every patient for heterotopic pregnancy. They should be looking for an ectopic, whether there's another fetus in the uterus or not. This is just, I listened to years and years and years of National Abortion Federation tapes when I was at Life Dynamics. Let me tell you, if I had a lamp and could rub it and get a wish, every single freaking recording ever taken at a National Abortion Federation meeting or seminar would be available all over YouTube. And I would say, click on this and listen, it'll make your hair curl. They did some mock malpractice trials, and they did one where the injury was failure to diagnose an ectopic pregnancy. And this jury of abortion practitioners would have found for the plaintiff, not for the doctor, because they said there's absolutely no excuse for not detecting an ectopic pregnancy. So they missed this opportunity where they could have a jury of National Abortion Federation members who would say, no, this is inexcusable. This was their fault for missing this. And women with ectopic pregnancies, if they choose abortion, in theory, they would be less likely to die because, the clinic's doing this ultrasound, they're doing all this screening, but they're actually more likely to die than women who haven't realized they're pregnant yet or are planning to continue to term, because they fail to diagnose it. And then if the woman's in pain after her abortion, she attributes it to abortion. And I've seen case after case after case after case where the woman or her friend is calling the clinic, complaining of this pain, and they're saying, oh, it's normal, take some Advil, and then she dies. So it's just inexcusable. Now, as for Preterm Clinic, if you go to the Operation Rescue's abortiondocs.org website, and this is another site, I don't care if you're pro-life, pro-choice, or you have your own nuanced view, which most people do. If you or a loved one or even just like a coworker is considering an abortion, or you're hearing on the news, oh, this abortion clinic is going to close, and a terrible tragedy for women, you can go and look. Now, this whole building is not the Preterm Clinic. Preterm is on the 3rd floor. And this place is not a medical arts building. So it is not set up to have an outpatient surgery facility. And now you can look here, you can go through anytime you want all the stuff they have on Preterm. They have all these videos. These are links to articles, original source documents, and they'll put it, whether it's good, bad, or neutral. If it's just, okay, we got the clinic license, it's there. So they give you everything that they have that you might want to know. So one of the other death that happened at Preterm, and I find it really interesting, Tia was Black, and this lovely young woman here, Lakeisha Wilson, was also Black. Now, Lakeisha was having her abortion in 2004, and her heart started slowing and eventually stopped. Now, to their credit, Preterm did call an ambulance, which kind of makes them stand out. But they called the ambulance. But this is not a medical arts building. When EMS workers got there, the elevator was out of order. So they had to cart the gurney up 3 flights of stairs to the 3rd floor. And then when they got there, the staff weren't properly resuscitating Lakeisha. And then by the time the medics got her on the gurney, started CPR, the elevator was functioning again, but the elevator was too small for the gurney to lay flat, and they had to stop doing CPR on this patient while they were getting her out of the building. So from what I understand, Lakeisha wasn't even a particularly high-risk case, and she still wound up dying after this, first of all, inadequate CPR that the staff was doing, and then this delay getting her out of the building. And, they shouldn't be doing abortions on healthy women. in that setting, much less a high-risk patient where you've got a high chance you're going to have to call an ambulance. And you need to keep that in mind when you're hearing the abortion lobby. And please remember, there's the abortion lobby and there's ordinary citizens who they may self-identify as pro-choice or they may not have a whole lot of opinion on it, but they tend to trust what the media says, and the media will be like, oh, this is just targeted to try to shut down abortion clinics. Well, sort of, yes, because they want to shut down places like Preterm, where the elevator is too small to get a patient out safely. Go to abortion docs and find out when you're hearing, oh, this poor clinic is under attack by those mean old right-to-lifers. Well, you can take a look and you can look at original source documents and decide for yourself whether this is some, reputable high standards clinic who they've got a few little piddly ass things that they could improve, or whether it's someplace you wouldn't take your dog. But really, this clinic is highly respected and they're just disgusting.